Yo. What's up?
Jeez.
I'm a bad dude, man. I can sing, bro. I can get those. Yo.
Go.
What's up? You're off in God's country with your boy, Reed.
And Dan.
Isbell, also known as the Brothers Hunt, where we take a weekly drive to the intersection of country music and the great outdoors. Two things that go together, like asking God to give you a sign and breaking your leg in 3 places so you can't play football anymore.
Not just 2, 3 places. Or
Trace places.
some cold river in the PNW and catching steelhead and drinking beer.
Man, that's
3 things, but you know what I'm saying. They go
Brought
together.
to you by MeatEater and everybody's favorite part of the show, Tacovas.
Maybe we shouldn't have.
Can we say still sponsoring the show now?
Maybe we shouldn't have
1,
started
2,
this.
3. Because Tacova still sponsoring the show now, baby. Tacova, keep on sponsoring the show now, baby. With Tacovas on your feet, you can't go wrong.
Is anybody else getting real sick of this song? Because Tacova's sponsoring the show now, baby.
Yeah.
It is the right length.
Yeah.
You know, it's not too long. Thank goodness.
That's so fun, dude. I think people actually like that. They're like Tacova song's kind of a jam.
How do you
dude.
know? Somebody told you that?
They told Jordan, yeah.
Oh,
Someone's like that Tacova song's kind of a bop.
kids aren't saying that anymore.
Bop. Tucker, Wetmore, P&W, represent. Came down here, just had a debut #1 with Wind Up Missing You.
Yep.
Got a record coming out.
Been through the fire. The kid's been through the fire, dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's got a really, really good story.
I gained a lot of respect for that guy, man.
Me too, man. And I didn't know much of him.
I didn't either.
He don't remember meeting us the first time we met.
I don't blame him,
That was
dude.
funny. That was a good bit.
I don't blame him.
But
I wouldn't
yeah,
remember
man.
this.
I mean, just knows what he wants, knows what he wants to do, and is doing it.
Passionate about songwriting, passionate about the craft of crafting an album, and really thought out cat, and enjoyed talking to him.
Yeah, I did too. You're gonna love it. You're gonna dig it. You're gonna want to listen to the whole thing. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for following us on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, and thanks for leaving us 5 stars and roasting you boys.
Yeah.
What's that smell?
Smell like potatoes and corn.
Smells like a little
and maybe turkey, deer.
Little ranch, deer shoulder, little ranch dry dressing on there.
Little cream of mushroom.
Yeah, dude. I think I smell it.
Roast is ready. Must Be Nice by Rumel, March 19th, 2025. Have we done this?
March 19th, 2025. No.
Okay. Must Be Nice, being an Isbell twin. Hit It Ray needs to find autotune for Reed and the mute button for Dan. That's funny.
Hit it, Ray.
That's the funniest.
It's a good opening line, Rumel. March 19th, 1925 or whatever.
I've watched all the episodes of this, quote, hunting podcast. Collecting waypoints after the podcast must be nice. If you need a Nashville, Tennessee traffic update from Dan, tune in. If you're hoping to hear from the guests, think again. Insert turkey gobble. Having rock star guests willing to sit through a podcast with a smile, despite these 2 jokers, must be nice.
Little play on the Muscadine episode. With the
I kind of think I've read that. I kind of think we've done this one.
No, we haven't.
You're sure?
She sent it like a week ago, but we haven't done it. Oh, not a week ago. She sent it yesterday.
Okay. Maybe, so maybe I just read through it.
Yeah.
We didn't.
That's a good one, man.
Dude, keep
That's
them coming.
fun.
They're fun, man. This thing's fun.
It's so much fun.
Yep.
Thick skin. We know you don't like us, so it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. Thank you for leaving them.
Keep on leaving them. Keep those 5 stars. They help. Yeah, man. Thanks for following. Thanks for sharing. A little viral on TikTok with some things. So keep it coming, man. We're having fun.
Yep.
Let's keep the God's country thing rolling.
Country in, country on. You know.
Country on.
All right. See you. Thanks. Bye.
Take me home. Is that how it goes? To a place that I was home. We're Speed. You know what Speed means? Tuck. Can I call you Tuck, dude? I act like we're best friends. Tuck.
Yeah.
Any Tucker in my life, I call him Tuck.
We have
That's
met
fine.
you before. Do you remember when we met you at?
No, let him guess.
Oh,
You remember?
Was it at a show?
Maybe.
I mean,
Maybe.
Yeah, was it? I don't know. You
Well,
tell
I guess
me.
it was-
I don't know.
I remember meeting you.
I remember.
I remember meeting you guys,
talking.
but-
I remember
You
having a
do?
conversation.
Yeah.
You don't.
Where was it?
I can see it in your eyes, dude. I can see it. So Tucker Wetmore's a liar. Let's get that established first.
No, we did that. We played
It
that.
was very passionate.
We played that
quick.
that Ducks Unlimited thing with Jordan and when you and
That's
and
right.
Drew Parker.
Yeah,
were
yeah.
there. Yeah.
That was
Bro,
us.
don't act like you remember now, dude.
No, I do. They had great food.
Oh, great food.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was, what else was there? Where was it?
I can't remember where it was, but it was like the outdoor, and
That's
they had the
right, yeah.
tables. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
remember.
got it, man. You
That
remember.
was a
You
quick
got it.
turnaround.
You
so.
remember.
Dude, that was the broadest stroke ever.
I know,
It was
man. I tried
you
to-
remember
I
they
tried
had
to
the
do it right there for a
stage,
second.
and there was some music and people there, and they like clapped when you got through singing.
And there's food.
There was some food there. It was real good.
The food was really good though.
Sure.
The funniest thing about that was my first song I played, I was like, anybody out here like Laney Wilson? And one guy was like, woo! And I was like, dang, that guy really likes Laney Wilson. And I played the song, and after it, Dan goes, "Do you know that was Duck Hodges out there?"
Yeah,
Like that was
that's
that was
hilarious.
Duck. I was like, oh, he really does love Laney Wilson, actually. Hey, we got Helen from the state of Washington. What do they call that up there? The PU? What is that?
PNW.
PNW?
Yeah.
Pacific Northwest.
You're
PU.
close.
I think PU is what you say was something.
PU. Helen from the state of Washington, ACM New Artist of the Year nominee. Bam. Former college athlete. Bam. Four-time state champ.
Whoa.
Bam. Touring with Luke Bryan and Thomas Rhett, has been named one to watch by Billboard, Spotify, Vivo, Music Row, the Grand Ole Opry. Saw your poster on the way in that said the 100 Opry and Tucker Wetmore on the side of it today.
100 Opry.
Mr. Wind Up Missing You, Tucker Wetmore in God's
What's up,
country.
man?
Don't remember meeting us, Tucker Wetmore, dude.
Habitual liar.
Forgettable,
Tucker.
bro. We are
Alright.
we are forgettable, man. We are forgettable. No, I did driving in this morning. I was listening to the record that comes out this Friday.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Well done.
not in 2.5 weeks. This Friday. And I was just listening to your tunes, and yeah, dude, it's like Opry 100 or whatever, 100 Opry,
Yeah,
the billboard with your face on it, bro.
that's sick.
What does that feel? What does that feel like?
What are we talking about? What?
I haven't seen
I don't know.
it.
He's on a billboard in
100-year anniversary.
this year,
Yeah.
all year long, I guess.
Cool.
So congrats, bro.
Thanks, man. I appreciate
Congrats
it.
on 100 Opries.
Thanks.
You do look good on a billboard there. I could see why. It's like he's
I
good looking
appreciate
kid.
it.
Yeah, good looking dude. Even at 9 a.m.
I feel like that's just a lot of me, you know?
a lot.
Too much.
What are you state champion of? 4-time state champion of?
Gosh, there's a lot of them.
Football.
He can't even remember.
It was
Okay.
football, pole vault.
Oh, so 4
4x1.
different things.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah,
was
not like
like
4 football state champs. Like
No.
interesting.
four times.
They were all my senior year, too.
Dang, dude.
Hell of a year.
Hell of a year.
Yeah.
Man, NIL should have been a thing back then.
Yeah, you're telling me I was broke, man.
So you
Wait, he didn't
All right,
finish. Football. What'd you play?
Football, I was a receiver.
Receiver? Yeah.
And
Pole vault.
Pole vault, yeah.
Okay, keep going. We're gonna come back to that one.
And then 4x1.
I don't even know
4
what
by
that
1,
is.
huh?
Yeah, it's like the relay race.
Oh, gotcha.
So y'all each run 100
Yeah,
meters.
yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
Pass the baton.
Pass the baton.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we won as a guys team for track.
Sick.
Yeah.
You still run? You like to-
Yeah, if I'm being chased.
Could you take? That's a good answer. Could you take that boat paddle right there and start back here and jump like
Over
pole
Jordan?
vault over Jordan down and over that table?
the tall.
I
one.
could try. I don't know if I
that
got
would
it
probably
in me
go.
no
That
more.
would probably go viral. If we did.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Dude, pole vault. What? Oh my god, dude.
Ooh, Heavenly Father. thank
What?
you.
Oh, we just going into it. I want to talk about pole. Don't you want to talk
Go.
about pole
I just
vault
got.
for a
It's going
second?
to take me 30 minutes to
How-
get it up here without bumping
Were
into
they
something.
like, hey, Tuck, we need somebody to pole vault? Can you pole vault for us?
Kinda.
That's my brand new guitar, by the way. And he's just
Farther
he's
back.
just banging
I
it
think we're
around,
farther
bro.
back than I remember.
It's like the first nice guitar I've ever got in my life, and he just smashes it on everything.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. How did you get into pole vaulting?
I don't really know. I think my sister pole vaulted
Okay.
back in the day, and I was in middle school, and I saw her doing it. I was like, I could do that, and so I tried it, and then I ended up being pretty decent at it, and then
Yeah, sounds like.
it was fun.
I always wonder that too. Like, how does somebody, like, you see those things in the Olympics and you're like, how does somebody even
Were you going that high?
get into that.
begin?
Yeah.
Were you
Begin
going
to
that
that.
high?
Like 15, 16 feet in the air.
Dang, dude.
That ain't-
that's
that's high
insane, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't short.
What's do you have a disaster story of missing
Oh yeah.
and just
The amount of
like
times
flying
where-
off into the track?
Yeah, so the way pole vault works, you got different poles. And so it's not all just the same pole every time.
I
So
had no idea.
Is that like different categories you could win, like you compete in as different pole size, or just
no, it's
okay.
one competition.
Okay.
But you use different. It's like using different cleats.
Okay.
Or in a sense,
Sure.
or a different glove for a different position. You know.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, can't tell you how many times I grabbed a 2-stiff pole on a short run. So you got like a 3-step, which is like 3 lefts, and then you hit the box, and then or a 5-step. But grabbing 2-stiff of a pole on a 3-step, it'll shoot you right back out on the runway. And it's hard, dude. It's like concrete.
Oh, dude, it looks so hard.
Yeah.
Well, I guess literally and figuratively, it looks
But it's like the biggest adrenaline rush you'll ever have. I miss it, honestly.
for real.
Yeah.
Damn, that's cool, dude.
Wind up missing that, dude.
Wound up missing pole vaults.
End up, man.
So what do you? I'm curious. Like, what's like world record pole vault? Something like what's mega high jump?
I think the world record is like 20 to 21 feet.
Damn.
You know what I'm comparing to that to?
The deer stand.
Deer stand.
That's the only thing we know. Is 20 feet.
That's the only thing.
Yeah,
I've got-
imagine looking up at a deer stand. And
Imagine
saying,
jumping.
I have to get over that.
Yeah, jump
from here.
I have to use this stick
Yeah.
to stick in the ground and bend it to where it flies me over a 20-foot, a muddy XL.
I feel like this is one of those things we could really talk about too long because
We already have.
because we want to know about it. Because I'm already thinking like, well, you want to bend to your pole, right? If you go higher, you got to have a bend to your pole to sling your ass over that pole, that bar.
And dude, that feeling of it, like, so you'll sit there. And
This
you'll
guy
be,
was.
You'll be
this-
like this.
This guy he played college football as a receiver, and we're talking about pole vault.
I know,
I
but we
love
know,
it, dude. I haven't talked about pole vault since high school,
but we
man.
know about football.
I know.
We don't know about this.
That's true. That's true,
Dude, like, you'll be up. So imagine I'm vertical right now.
Oh yeah,
Upside down.
well,
you'll be-
Wait, hang
upside down.
Yeah, you're upside down. So you swing
So
your
you're like
feet
you're
up.
like this.
Yeah, just like that.
Okay.
But you're sitting here, so the pole's like.
Perfect Takova's placement, by the way.
Get your
Yeah.
feet up that high that I just did. Try to get
I gotta go. You want me to bang your guitar up more?
like this. This is what you're doing.
Yeah, that's it.
You
Right
want me to
there.
bang your guitar up more?
You gotta suck your butt up though.
Oh
so you're
yeah.
straight.
Oh yeah.
But
Easy.
dude, that feeling of it like shooting you up, it'll like put a pit in your stomach.
Oh, no doubt. Especially at 18 feet. I'd be like,
That's insane, bro.
Yeah, that's up there.
Oh God, I would die. I would kill myself. Okay, what you mad at? Let's get into it.
jeez, let's do it this way. Oh, we're tuned down.
Oh,
You gotta fix that before. Okay, I'll try
there it
this.
is.
Keep going.
Stop telling me what to do.
What you mad at? Just tell us what it is, what you mad at. Is it your in-laws kids? Might be your boss man or your neighbor's cat. Just tell us what you mad at.
You did it, dude.
Yeah,
Thanks,
man.
man. Thanks, man.
You want to do the real one?
Is it hot in here? Do I need to take this? Are y'all hot?
I'm not high.
This
It's
sweatshirt
that
is
new
doing
golf.
it.
It's that new golf shirt you got.
Good.
Yeah, I guess
golf
so,
sport,
man.
dude.
Yikes.
That was pretty close to in tune, right?
Something like that.
Sounded
I got a good one.
Are you mad? Is it like a big one? Let me go first. Mine's petty. I'm mad at this morning. I was driving to town and we've got these like, usually the protein shakes are in like plastic bottles.
Yeah.
And you can shake them up and then just open them. Nothing happens. Well, this is a chocolate. I guess they didn't have them at Costco the other day, and Jordan got the canned protein chocolate drinks.
how are
Oh
they?
yeah.
Not here.
They're fine. They're good. They're like actually taste good. But it says
As good as Fairlife?
no, hell no, not
Okay.
even close.
Fairlife's
the jam.
Fairlife's the best.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah,
that's
goat.
the goat. That's the goat. So on this can, it's like shake well before opening. So I'm like, okay. In my truck, driving down 65. Dude, chocolate grenade. Really? Like it was like rolling over an IED, bro.
Pull the pin
I
on.
swear I was like, and it just went boom everywhere.
Jeez.
And I got so mad because I was like, what the heck? Why I put,
Yeah.
it literally says shake well before opening.
Dang.
And don't shake that well before
Shake
opening.
it not well.
Shake
I've
it,
never seen a protein
Me neither.
shake in a
shake
can.
it loosely. Me either.
Yeah.
Which was my first.
it
Did it taste good though?
Yes.
Was there any left
I
to
mean,
taste?
yeah. After, yeah.
Yeah, how much was left?
I mean, there was a good bit left, but it was just like. It was just like shaking up a Dr. Pepper and
Like
opening it
carbonated.
immediately.
Think it's carbonated?
Yes, it's got to be.
Yeah,
That's why it's
there's
in a
no other way.
can. Yeah. Dude,
Crazy.
that thing blew up in my car, in my
That's
truck.
super annoying, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm mad at.
I'd be pissed.
I would
I
too.
got it on my new golf sweatshirt.
Bro,
dude.
what you mad at is probably in my top 3 things that I've been mad at on this show.
Keep going. I got to take the
Okay.
sweatshirt off, dude. I'm done.
All right, see you later. So, should I just put the place on blast or just kind of put it on blast?
Put it on blast.
So we went to this. First off, let me just say this. No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna wait. Took my family to the beach last week. We got to go to the beach. It was awesome.
Okay.
They're great.
Back.
And you know, man, you do seafood a couple nights, you do some other stuff, and then you're like, well, let's mix it up a little bit. Well, you know, and my wife loves Mexican, so we found this Mexican restaurant right there on the beach. It's close to where we stay. And as soon as we walked up, I was like, oh no. Because there was like Caucasian waiters, and I was like,
Yeah.
it's already not going to be, you know what I mean? And then it was like something cantina. So I'm like, oh, 3 times expensive as Mi Pueblo or
Yeah.
something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, chicken and cheese, like a pollo cheese or whatever. Chicken and cheese ain't gonna be the same if
No. I
The white dude's
need,
making it.
when I sit down, I want Rosita coming to take my order.
feel that.
I want a thick Rosita coming up saying,
Can barely speak
what you like?
English.
Yeah, man, come on.
Yeah, don't make
Dude.
fun of you for
Yeah.
trying to
I
speak
don't
Spanish
want-
too.
Don't,
you know?
I don't-
don't say "si"
Yeah.
to her
Come
or hola
Or gracias.
Right. Yeah,
you just
don't do
say
that.
hello.
Yeah.
Happy to be here. And then anyway, this girl walks up and she's like, can I have your order? And I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, why are we here? I look at the menu, $9 a taco, $9
Per
a
taco.
taco. Cheyenne, my lovely, beautiful wife, says, yeah, can we start off like a cheese dip? And she's like, yeah, sure. You know, I'll go get it. So she brings the cheese dip out. Ain't no chips. Just a bowl of cheese dip.
Just raw dog and cheese.
Just, yeah, like we were supposed to stick our fingers.
You got kids, which they'll just
So she goes,
He did it too. Don't worry.
no doubt,
easy,
no doubt.
easy.
He's
So,
hungry. He's hungry.
so I'm like, she's like, yeah, chips are. And I was like, what?
Oh, you got to go get the chips.
So she's like, yeah, it's self-serve. You know, you should go get your chips. And I was like, self-serve. Okay, I hate this place. Hate this place. I get up. I walk over there. On the side, there's a chip bar.
There's like one Mexican restaurant in 30A.
Yeah, well, they should clean it up. I walk up to the chip bar, which is just chips and salsa, and there's a little tiny sign on the glass that says, "Enjoy your chips. A small fee will be added to your bill at the end of the
So not only do you have
There
to
you go.
get your own chips,
Let's go.
they're making you pay for
Yes, sir.
Getting your own chips.
They're making you pay for getting your own chips." And I was,
I'm interested to know.
And they bait and switched this. They already brought the cheese dip out, dude.
Yeah.
It was already sitting there. So what am I supposed to do?
How much were they? How much were the chips?
I don't know.
But
But here's
look.
Eight-
I'd look.
Anything is
Ace.
too much.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
A small fee. I get back, dude. I'm steaming. She's like, "What's the deal?" I was like, "You gotta pay for this. You gotta pay for this, stupid." She's like, "What?" I was like, "Here's the thing, Cheyenne. Here's the thing. This is on the way home. I'm still talking about.
I got so many questions. Like, is it a one-time fee? Is it
No.
is it per weight?
No.
Is it per basket?
Nope. Looks like it's just a one-time fee. As many chips as you eat,
I've been
and the chips are trash. And the chips are
You
trash.
got them in your shirt.
That's right.
Chips are
Putting
trash.
them in those pockets.
No, I mean you can go back. It's just a one-time
Yeah.
fee. I think you can get as many as you want. So I told Cheyenne on the way back, I'm still mad about it, dude. This is 4 days later on the drive home. I'm still mad about these chips. I said, here's the thing, man. Even if it was $1, if it's $1, just tack on a quarter, because there was 4 of us there. Just tack on a quarter to whatever we bought, and now the chips are free. Like, don't make me
Yeah.
feel like I'm paying for the chips.
Yeah, it's 38 for you.
Made me
That's
real,
ridiculous.
made me real mad. I'm right
Within
now
reason, man.
within reason.
Yeah.
I can tell you're mad.
You mad
at
at
that.
anything? You glad at anything?
I don't know. I don't get mad easy, if I'm being honest.
You think I get mad easy?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just talked about Mexican
talked- Wait,
chips.
would that
not make-
chips at a Mexican restaurant for 15 minutes?
Bro, that wouldn't make you mad?
Yeah, absolutely.
It would
It's
make
the
me mad.
price. I think it
Yeah.
was the price.
Yeah, it's the principle.
Yeah.
And I want to say that bill was about $1.50 for. So when they bring the tacos out, I got a shrimp taco.
Yeah.
They literally mean like a shrimp talk like one
shrimp.
Was it like a jumbo shrimp? Or
I mean, it must have been. I would have classified him as like a medium shrimp. He wasn't jumbo, but he wasn't little guy. He was like elongated.
Right, even the medium shrimps get the job done. You know?
One for $9?
No, they should put three.
Bitch, I can buy a whole pound of shrimp for $9 down the road.
Yeah.
All right, let our guest talk.
I don't know, man.
You don't are you glad at anything?
I mean, I drove in the rain this morning.
Yeah, we
That
always
pissed me off.
Yeah,
always does.
Ridiculous. It's like even a little drizzle in Nashville.
Oh,
Nobody knows.
Dude, if a raindrop hits the windshield, they
It's
just
over.
start trying to find medians as fast as they possibly can. Just to wreck. It's just, a raindrop hit, let's wreck immediately.
Yeah, it's
light
over.
poles.
You know what else pissed me off?
Oh
Yes, let's go.
Now we got him.
Unmatching socks.
My match. Y'all
I almost
match
did
today?
it this morning.
My match today.
Even like unmatching socks when one of them's your
Okay, if they're like
one
themed,
of them's your son.
Both of us are wearing theme socks.
One of them's your son, and then one of them's your daughter. Tuck.
that's hilarious.
You pissed
man.
off at that, Tuck? You pissed off at my
Dude,
kids?
when I come in and seen that, I was confused. I didn't know what it was, but now I see your kids. I thought it was like Teletubbies. You remember Teletubbies?
What if? Was Reed wearing Teletubby socks this morning? Did you see that guy?
Tucker
Wetmore.
You're awesome.
PU, dude.
Yep, straight from the PU.
We Rainier is awesome. Olympic is awesome. What are you close to any of those?
Olympia?
Olympic National Forest Park?
Oh no,
Oh, okay.
I'm on like the southwest side.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's probably like an hour north of Portland, 2 hours south of Seattle, like right on I-5.
Gotcha.
Yeah, hour away from the coast.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You grew up your whole life there?
Yep.
Bro, what's it? What? That's so foreign to me. Growing up anywhere besides the South is foreign to me. But like, what is that? What did it look like growing up? What'd you do? Did you just play a bunch of sports and win state championships, or did you hunt? Did you fish?
Yeah.
How was the hunting? How's the fishing?
So imagine like, so it's the mountains, right?
Okay.
So I grew up in the mountains.
Okay.
And it's very green. I mean, it's probably one of the prettiest places you'll ever go.
It is gorgeous up there.
It is beautiful. And I grew up right on the Columbia River. And, in a town called Kalama. We have the Kalama River right there, the Yakult, a bunch of different rivers. But I grew up fishing.
Yeah.
Mostly. I didn't really have anybody that I could learn how to hunt from,
Yeah.
Okay.
but me and my buddies would fish all the time, like sturgeon, steelhead, salmon.
Dang, that's crazy.
It wasn't like we never fished for bass or anything like that. I mean, I came down here, or catfish. We didn't do any of that. It was just like river fish,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you? I have literally never done that. Like I've never
Dude, you
steelhead
have to.
fished. I'd love to.
It's the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah, I would love to. I've actually been trying to work on it with some of my buddies, trying to get
I wouldn't
a
even
trip
know where to
up.
begin, bro.
Me neither. Where do you? I mean, are you doing salmon eggs? Like I know they all use that.
Yeah, you
shit.
can.
Yeah,
You do smelt for like a sturgeon and stuff like that. And
really.
literally what we do, throw one on this big ass hook for sturgeon, sit on the bank of the Columbia River, cast out probably like 75 yards, 100 yards, something like, or no, that's quite a way.
Wow, that's
like
a chunk.
50
Yeah,
yards.
okay.
It's like 50 yards.
Cool.
Cast out. And you sit there and plunk and you just wait for ding, 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 ding. Get up.
Dang.
And then you're fighting that sturgeon, depending on the size, for like
Wow.
30 minutes.
What's the
dude.
biggest sturgeon you ever caught?
Not too big.
You go inches
buddy-
or weight?
My buddy caught a 12-footer though. I saw it.
12 footer.
And then my other buddy caught a 10-footer.
Bro, those things look prehistoric.
Dude, they're nuts.
well, they kind of are. I mean, I think they are like actually from.
I think
that
some of
era.
them can live a very long time.
Oh, I don't mean. Yeah.
No, I know. Not living from the. I'm just saying.
no,
like,
they can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Like, I think they
crazy.
can get up into like the hundreds of years.
They're from the dinosaur age.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah. Did y'all?
We went to the aquarium a couple weeks ago in Chattanooga, and you can pet they're like got little ones swimming in a little tank that you can just run your hand over, and I mean it is like scaly, like
Yeah.
bone back. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
bumpy.
Yeah,
And you catch them, and you'll if it's in season, you can keep them, which the season is very short. And
are they good? Have you? I
yeah,
mean,
sturgeon meat's like some of the best.
Really?
meat ever.
Really?
100%.
that's crazy.
If you ever go somewhere like a market or something, like a fish
got
market,
sturgeon?
they got sturgeon. Try it. You
Okay.
have to.
did not know that.
But yeah, I mean, they'll stay alive on the beach for hours.
Wow.
Really?
Dude, you put them right back into the water and they're just,
No way.
yeah.
Wow. That's pretty cool, man.
I saw a picture of you on your Instagram. Jordan sent it to me. She sent us 2. You were holding a big deer in one of them, and then the other one, what was that?
Steelhead.
Was that a steelhead?
Probably.
It was huge.
I mean, it's probably this long.
Was that?
It almost had like a trout mouth a little bit.
Except,
yeah.
Except giant.
Yeah, except giant. That's
It's probably
steelhead?
silly.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. What do you do with those? You cook them?
Oh yeah, they're great.
Man, that's so sick.
Do you? How do you cook them? Do you grill them? I'm assuming.
You can. You grill them.
Is it a lot like salmon, steelhead?
Yeah,
It is.
It's pretty much the same thing.
Like a pink meat or more white?
It's white.
It is.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I'd like to try that. I just don't even like you said, I really just don't even know where to begin. I guess you would just have to book a guide and go up there and figure it out.
Yeah, watch some YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that.
You can learn anything on YouTube, man.
That's true, man.
There ain't no doubt.
Like back in the day when I was learning how to play, music.
Yeah.
It was all YouTube.
It's a great resource.
Yeah.
It's a great resource.
How old are you?
25.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really have it learning when I was, because I'm
Right.
41, so I'm a lot older than you.
Yeah.
But when I started, it was just kind of like we would watch music videos and then I would just try to do what their fingers were doing.
Yeah.
Which was pretty
You
frustrating.
had to do it quick because you couldn't rewind and like start.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You didn't watch no Brad Paisley videos. It was all like Garth and shit like that. You know?
Yeah.
And then you had a youth minister that would teach you here and there. That helped out a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. So grew up in Washington, doing all that. Go play football at Montana
Yes, sir.
Tech.
Yep.
Montana is the absolute shit, dude.
It's great.
Where is
I miss
Montana
it.
Tech at?
In Butte.
Okay.
So it's in between Missoula and Bozeman.
Gotcha.
It's a little closer to Bozeman than Missoula, but
We used to hunt right there on I think it was like the West Boulder River.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
like in between,
I haven't
like
been,
in-
but I know what you're talking about.
in between Butte and Livingston.
Big Timber.
Okay.
Big Timber, and then Butte's up there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we love Montana.
It is
Montana,
beautiful.
it's so jammed up.
Montana's beautiful, and I'm not knocking anything.
No,
but,
knock it. We don't care.
I'm not, but
PU's
dude,
better.
I gotta tell you, like where, like especially like my hometown, like where I'm from in that area, dude. I think it's way prettier.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, it's out of this world.
What are you doing down here, man? You want to go back? I would.
Sometimes,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I got this music thing keeping
I
me around.
know.
But
It keeps you here. It keeps you here, doesn't
that's
it?
right.
It
No,
has
I
to.
love it down here too. It's great.
We love it, but there is a little Western bug that bites
Mm-hmm.
pretty often. Just because there's something that connects you to the mountains
Yeah.
if you're an outdoorsman. Or,
But it's also like, and you're probably experiencing it the opposite way, coming from there, living here now, hunting, fishing, hunting whitetail, catching largemouth bass. Like we've done that for 3/4. I mean, pretty much our whole life.
Yeah.
It's like that's what we grew up in. That's what we know. So like there's some kind of magic to go out there and do it in that environment and do it with like try to chase these animals that we've never seen before,
Yeah.
or catch these fish that we've never laid hands before. Like that's a very intriguing,
it's a unique feeling.
experience to
What's
go
crazy
chase.
to me is y'all ain't got no elk down here. You know,
That's
That's
I mean,
wild.
we do, but not
When
not like we've got
Yeah.
like they reintroduced elk into Eastern Tennessee into the Smokies, but like
yeah.
we ain't got them like y'all got them.
Dude, like I remember going to school in the morning and I would have to wait for a herd of 57 elk
Really?
to cross the road.
See,
you know,
that's
like-
bizarre.
And that's just like a normal thing. Like, sorry, I'm late to class. There's a
Giant.
big ass elk staring at me from my hood, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
if we go to Colorado, like we went to a show in Colorado a couple years back, and we would see them in the field and just be like,
Yeah.
look
Oh,
at them.
dude.
They're huge.
Yeah.
huge,
Anytime
dude.
I go out there and I see one, that's like all I'm looking for is trying to see
Elk and mule deer.
elk and mule deer.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen a grizzly yet. I want to do that.
I never
a
have
long
either.
way away. But,
Y'all ain't got any grizzlies in
Yeah, a
Washington?
long way away.
Are there grizzlies in Washington? I really don't know.
there's brown bear.
We got brown.
are they kind of categorized
yeah,
as the
I
same thing?
Yeah,
I
kinda.
don't think we have grizzly.
gotcha.
No.
Are you doing any hunting over here? Well, now that you're
No.
here,
I mean, I did. I went down to Louisiana for New Year's.
was that where
And-
that buck? Was that where
Mhm.
that picture? Dang, that was a good deer.
Yeah, that's the light point. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you
What little, dude?
how'd you like whitetail hunting?
I loved it. It was
Really?
fun.
Rifle or bow?
Rifle.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Louisiana's got some big deer, man. Big
Yeah,
deer.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, let me ask you this: if you could spend one day in the outdoors doing hunting, fishing, doing something outdoorsy, what would it be and where would it be?
Dude, nothing beats standing in the middle of a river, drinking beer with your buddies, trying to slay some salmon.
Really?
Yeah. Nothing beats it.
Are you
But
you got waders on, or you just out?
Yeah, you can.
You just raw dog.
Whatever. Yeah. Nothing beats just standing in a river and fishing with
Yeah,
your buddies.
I bet that.
God, that sounds awesome.
It's like 85 degrees out. It's perfect.
Mountains.
Yeah, mountains. You're in like a valley because the river.
Yeah, see, dude, I've done that one time.
When?
Dude, I grew up doing that.
That's
which
crazy
is the
to me.
craziest thing to me. Yeah.
Yeah, because usually it's like if I ask that question to somebody that they'll be like, "Oh, dude, John boat with your buddies, some music playing, catching largemouth."
Yeah.
But it's so wild to me to talk to somebody that's the way you grow up fishing. That's your fishing.
Yeah.
Is standing in the middle of a river. Standing in the middle of a river. Our rivers are 80 foot deep here.
Yes, there ain't no
in the middle of the
standing in our
channel.
rivers. You can stand in creeks, you know, but like you go try to
But
stand
like
in Mississippi, you're
ripping
dead.
salmon out of just a river on what are you fly fishing or
No.
Okay.
Just,
Yeah.
God, that's sick,
Yeah.
man.
So what's like? Because I'm curious about this. Is there like a limit? Like you can only catch so many, or is it just like fish everywhere? How does that work?
there's a limit. And I forget. I mean, I haven't done it in a couple of years. But
Yeah.
There's definitely a limit. You can't just catch all you want. It's not like bass fishing,
Yeah.
You ever been turkey hunting?
I never have.
Hot dude.
It's a time
Never
of the year.
have.
It's a special time of the year,
we
man.
got we got to change that.
Yeah. It's huge down here. I mean, it's kind of big up there, but not like it's a different breed down here.
Literally.
Yeah.
I think y'all have probably Merriam's.
Yeah,
I mean,
I would say Merriam's.
probably Merriam. So that's a
Rio.
that's a Rio.
Okay.
Got him in Texas, and then the Merriam's kind of have the wider buff around the edge of the tails, and in there they're a little wider. And then what we have in
So
the
like,
South,
there's 4 subspecies of the wild turkey in America, and then if you get into Mexico, there's another one. But where we're at, it's called the Eastern.
Okay.
And they're bigger. They say they're kind of harder to hunt because maybe the terrain, maybe it's just like
it's also they're getting hunted so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Texas, Oklahoma, Nebraska right there. Nebraska, you can kind of get some hybrids, but all that's kind of like Rios. That's what they call Rios.
Then north of that's
Merriam's, Florida's Osceola.
There's only one state that the Osceola is in, and that's Florida.
Really?
Yeah, just it's and
See, I want to learn.
Yeah.
I want to learn all that. I've never.
hey, you're learning
turkey
right
hunted.
now, dude.
Yeah.
You're learning right now. It's all good.
But no, it sounds fun.
Let us take you, man.
I want to
We'll-
learn about.
We'll swap
take
up.
us on a steelhead. I
I'll
want
do
to
that.
stand in a river and drink beer,
Bro.
water, mama, and catch Gatorade and
I'm telling you.
catch salmon.
Nothing beats it, man.
And then, but see, here's my. I would say, I mean, I'm a deer. I wish deer season was every day. So I would say like the middle of November, sitting in a deer stand in Kansas, waiting. You got a 180 on camera. Like that, nothing beats that for me. Or these next like month coming up, turkey season, and sitting on an oak tree with somebody like a couple buddies right there and listening to turkeys gobble all around you and like waiting on the fly down. And that right there, dude, to me, that is standing in the middle of a river catching salmon. Like there is nothing that beats that.
Yeah. Do you know what'll send a chill down your spine?
What?
Sitting in the middle of the woods. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Middle of the woods, kind of starting to get dusk. All of a sudden you hear an elk bugle from like 100 yards out, 150 yards out. It's loud, dude. It like echoes against the trees, and sends a chill down your spine. It's one of the like scariest, best feelings in the world, because you're safe. Like nothing's gonna happen. I mean, somewhat safe.
Yeah,
I mean, we got mountain lions and shit up there.
Right.
But, nothing compares to that sound.
I bet that is
Dude,
because you're sitting in
it's
silence,
piercing.
and then all of a sudden it's just.
Yeah, it almost like cuts through the air.
Have you ever killed an elk?
Mm-mm.
Okay, we hadn't.
I mean, I've gone elk hunting, but
yeah, we hadn't either.
Yeah, we hadn't either.
Dang.
We've heard that. What about wolves? Wolves in Washington?
so they started introducing them. I want to say a couple years ago, which I've got my thoughts about.
Yeah.
But for like the longest time, no.
Yeah.
But a couple years ago, I think they dropped like 7 in, I want to say like northeastern Washington or something like that.
Gotcha.
Just reintroducing them to the area.
Yeah, but it's they're just killing everything.
Yeah, a lot of people mad about wolves, dude.
Dude, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason why our ancestors killed them off.
Sure.
Because they were taken away from our food supply.
Yeah, and killing everything, right.
Just killing it.
Killing the cattle, killing
the cattle, everything. Dude,
yeah.
and they not only do they do that, but they just do it for the sport.
Kill it.
They
kill
sport,
it. Really.
Yeah, they kill it just to kill it.
And then leave it.
Like every once in a while, if they're hungry, they'll feed off of it, but they're killers. They're killers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
So that's why people are so pissed, because they'll be out in the woods, got a friggin' nice 9-point on a trail cam. They'll go out. It's sitting there dead, full carcass,
Yeah, that's tough, dude.
Yeah.
I would be mad at, think if coyotes did that.
Oh, pissed.
Yeah.
I think if coyotes.
I shoot every one of them.
I mean, the thing.
I still do.
We still shoot everyone we see in season, but they eat what they. I at least have a little bit of respect that they're just trying.
Yeah.
But for sport, dude, that's a total different. And you know what? The same thing goes for humans. Like, I don't like a human that kills something and doesn't eat it. Truthfully,
I agree.
Oh, I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, if you
just likes to shoot
use
things,
everything you can.
Yeah, if you're going to take a life, there's a responsibility that comes 100%. With that. I remember that old. I shot a mule deer in South Dakota, and he was super mega old and super sagey. And dude, I would eat that thing like, oh gosh, it was like bad shoe leather.
Sick.
But I ate that whole
little salt on it.
Yeah, Tony's. I put everything.
Yeah.
I tried to loosen it up. I'd score it, and it still just tasted awful. Some of those mule deer are bad.
It says your grandfather a preacher?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Really?
He was.
Yeah. What denomination? What was the church?
It was Church of God.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Is that where you cut your teeth in music? Is that like your first love was like God, like hymns and things like that?
Kind of, yeah, in a sense.
Our dad's a Southern Baptist preacher. So
really? Okay.
We grew up
cool.
in the church doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, kind of. So, I mean, I come from a Samoan family too. So it's like, they're very, I don't know if you've ever hung out with a group of Samoans.
Have it?
But it's probably like one of the
I love the
best
Samoa.
time of
I
your
love
life.
the Samoa. I've hung out with a group of Samoa cookies from the Girl Scouts.
That's right.
Yeah, those things are awesome.
right.
Freeze them, but yeah.
Which has nothing to do with Samoa. But
Does it?
No, I don't know.
Did y'all make those
It's got
down there?
coconut on it.
They're good, bro. I love Samoans.
They are good.
Yeah.
But yeah, and
Eating thousands.
I remember like growing up, Samoans are very musical people and very like expressing their emotions, like wearing their emotions on their sleeve kind of thing. Very family oriented. I remember growing up, we'd be in the living room, after church or something. We got the whole family there because we did, Sunday dinner, which wasn't really dinner because we had it at 3:00 or 2:00 in the afternoon after church. But my grandma always called it dinner. And then we'd be hanging out and someone starts singing Amazing Grace. And then next thing you know, the whole family's singing and you got like a choir in the living room. And it's
cool.
It's the coolest thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But I didn't really start like diving deep into music until probably like 10 or 11.
Okay.
When I started playing and
playing guitar,
piano. Yeah. Dude, I was hooked.
Who are you listening to? Who was influencing that for you?
Dude, I kind of grew up a mutt to music, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Obviously we had country radio on in the truck everywhere we went. And but the stuff that I really started learning with was like Hall & Oates and Queen and Jim Croce and Jerry Lee Lewis, a lot of Jerry Lee.
Huh.
A couple other dudes, but I don't know, I love that style of
was that your dad's influence or your mom? Like was like our mom, she loved Elvis. She loved, that, and my dad was that kind of. My dad loved, Kansas. He loved the Doobie Brothers and the Eagles and all that. So we kind of got both ways.
Dude, I kind of just found it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really know how to explain. I mean, my grandma on my mom's side, she kind of listens to some of that stuff, but I kind of just found a lot of it. Like my dad was heavy metal.
Oh yeah, baby.
Avenged Sevenfold,
Oh
Metallica.
yeah, let's go.
Then my mom was very, country. Like she loved Reba, Miranda Lambert. Who else was Carrie Underwood?
Yeah.
It's crazy that his parents are listening to the people that we listen to. That's what I'm saying. Like, I bet they're around our age or my age.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 41. So I mean,
his
your
dad- I mean,
so your mom's probably
he's 25.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
they probably didn't have him when she was 15.
no, dude, but she
I
could
don't
be
know,
25 when she
I don't
had
think
him.
so.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Funny.
No, I think.
I mean,
think
she
they're in
grew up. She's listening to Carrie. He grew up on Carrie Underwood.
No,
dude.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy to me, man. I remember when she won Idol.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah.
nuts. But I get it. I mean, like where my parents. I mean, mom grew up on like Patsy Cline and stuff like that, like older stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah. What a
Crazy.
great era of music. Like when you talk to a lot of people our age, they talk about those cats too. Like
Yeah.
Jim Croce and Hall & Oates and
didn't you go see Hall & Oates?
yeah, dude. I was just thinking
How
about that
was
the other
it?
day. Awesome. So
When
freaking
was
awesome. Like 2015, 2016. Yeah. They played
That's so
they played in
sick.
Chattanooga. And dude, they were sick, dude.
What's
A
like?
couple old dudes up
Yeah.
there and
What's your Hall & Oates jam?
I mean, what I want you got down the flame handle like a flame that burns a candle.
I don't know if I can do that. Let's try it.
I might have to pull the words up.
Pull them up.
Candle to the flame.
What I want.
Play it out of D.
What I want.
Hall & Oates got some good tunes, man.
Ain't no doubt.
Yeah, you jammed them for a while. I was just thinking about that.
Go
Chord,
get it.
chord
Get it.
changes.
You make my dreams come bump bump ticka, 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 bump bump. Something like that. What I want, you got. Might be hard to handle. Like a flame that burns a candle. A candle feeds a flame. Oh, what I got, full stock of thoughts and dreams are scattered. And you pull them all together. And how I can't explain.
Come on.
Where were you?
Oh, sorry. Oh,
Yeah.
where
Were you? Come on. You make my dreams come true. Yeah, man. Listen to this bump bump.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That.
dun dun. Hey, yeah.
Oh,
There you go. Something like that.
yeah. Man, Hall & Oates.
Yeah,
dude.
all
It's
those
been
are
a minute.
good. Yeah, they were
I mean,
good.
you got to think too. Like that's original. Well, I guess everything is a copy of something, right? But like those guys were, I feel like were making their own stuff up. Like,
Oh yeah.
kind of making their own genre up at that time.
Yeah, they were on the edge, man. They were doing something different.
Real life singers too. You can't really. That was in an
Yeah, you
era
can't
you
fake
couldn't
that.
really fake that.
Yeah.
You know.
But a lot of I think what you're touching on too is like a lot of that stuff sounds experimental because they were like getting out of the norm.
Out of the 60s.
Yeah, like they were kind of doing
70s.
their own thing and
You know, Queen's kind of like that.
totally,
dude.
man.
I think they're
I
like
love
the,
some Queen stuff, man.
definitely not like the same, but like on the same.
Yeah, doing their own way, making their own road.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why they're huge because
yeah.
they're so niche and I mean nobody else can do what they do.
Nobody has.
Nobody
Yeah.
ever has.
No, that's
right.
true. He was next level vocalist too, though. Man.
Yeah,
I mean, it kind of
insane.
takes
Yeah.
that. I feel like. I mean, their players were
Freddie Mercury.
Yeah,
Dude.
I mean, that. Did you watch the movie?
That's bicycle. I wanna ride my bicycle. I mean,
Yeah.
what?
Dude, how do you even do that?
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And
of
why is
stuff.
that so catchy? Why is it candy to
Yeah.
my? I mean, right, talking about
It's like itches your brain.
Yeah, I think that's
insane.
what it is. I think it's the. I think harmony is pleasant to like the ear, and I think those guys were so good at that they just kind of, and they just kind of it literally just like hooked you. It
Yeah.
was hooky.
Because they didn't care what was right. You know?
exactly.
Agreed.
They didn't care what was right. They just cared, wow, this makes me feel something. This
Sure, man.
sounds good.
Totally.
You know, let's do it.
Absolutely.
If it sounds good, let's just do it, you know?
Now, see, you said right there, like we say right. So how long have you been down here? Because that was very southern.
Oh, I don't know.
You said what was right.
5 years
What was
ago?
right? Right. Yeah, I was like, okay, one of us.
What's your? Give us a little bit of your moving to Nashville story.
Okay. Well, I moved in 2020. So it was like the heat of COVID.
Gotcha.
I didn't know anybody.
Really?
I didn't know, no, not a single person.
Who pushed you to come down here? Like, was it you? Was it just like, hey, I'm gonna go do it?
I mean, yeah. I remember sitting my mom down before I moved. I was like, I think I want to chase this music thing.
You're like, Mom, I didn't get drafted. So.
Yeah.
But
I gotta go try my luck over there.
but didn't you have an injury or something?
Yeah. So I've blown this knee out twice, and then this leg and ankle once. It was terrible. Dude, it's
Pole vaulting?
no football.
Old Tucker Bad Legs Wetmore.
That's right.
How'd you, was it just a hit? Did you get hit low?
Yeah. So
Chop block?
first time on my left knee, I think I jumped over somebody, and then I landed wrong, and then I tried to run, and then it just collapsed. And then the second time, it was the league championship game my junior year, and I was playing wide out, and we were running a sweep to the right, and I was blocking into our sideline.
Yeah.
And then the
tackle came in too.
Smacked him over, and I was planted, and 2 D linemen just. Dude, I remember looking down. Sorry,
that'll do it.
This is gonna get a little.
No, let's go.
All right. I remember looking down, and immediately I knew something's wrong. And I looked at it, and my coach was right here because we're on our sideline.
Yeah.
My foot was like a 45-degree angle that way, like kind of backwards a little bit.
Oh my God.
And my kneecap was in my thigh.
No
I swear.
way.
Dude, it was sitting right here on
Like
my
separated
inner thigh. Separated
up
yeah.
here.
Yeah, complete dislocation of the kneecap. And I remember looking at it, and I looked at my coach. I was like, what do I do? And he goes, what? He gags, dude. And I go, what?
Yeah.
F this. And I grabbed it by the top of the kneecap, which was in my thigh. And I grabbed my calf, and I go, and it just slid right in.
No way.
Popped straight up. Yeah. And then he saw the whole thing, and he goes, dude, it was so funny. I remember I screamed, dude. I go,
yeah, I'm
my gosh.
So you just popped it back. Can it just pop back in?
Shit,
I guess
so.
it did. It hasn't popped out since.
Wow, man.
But there's a picture out there somewhere from that day. So the ambulance had to ride up on the track, and it kind of blocked me in the grandstands. And so nobody knew what was going on. Everybody just knew it was me.
Yeah.
And so they got me on the gurney, and they're taking me around the ambulance right now. And now the grandstands are right there. And you could hear a pen drop. Everyone's waiting to see me do something. And there's a picture out there somewhere of me going, and then everybody goes, yeah, dude, it was electric. But the third time,
it's way better than my knee story when I was playing middle school football, and same thing. I was blocking on the outside, came into me.
Oh, yeah.
I rolled over. Next thing I know, I'm getting picked up off the field and carried off the field. And I was like, oh man, this is great. I don't have to walk. And I looked down, and it was a woman that went to our church.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
She carried my ass off of the field. I was like, put me down.
Is there anybody else?
She was like, no, I got you. Yeah. I was like, no, I really need to walk right now. Yeah.
That's great. No, the third time, it was a post over the middle, and yeah, same thing. My whole foot was dangling.
So were you like laying on the field, and you're like, yeah, man,
I'm gonna learn how to play
I'm
guitar.
moving to Nashville, dude.
100%. Well, dude, okay, story behind that, actually. So everything was going great in college, and I just had gotten Scout Player of the Year because I redshirted my first year.
Nice.
And the coaches were like, hey, you're going to be the number 1 receiver for the next 4 years.
Here we go.
I was like, all right, let's roll.
Yeah,
this is what I came here to do.
No doubt.
Sure. School was terrible.
Not even a thought.
I went to college to play football.
Yeah, man.
And so like, hey, you're going to be the guy for the next 4 years. And I was like, all right. So we started practicing, and, everything was going great. And, then I started getting this feeling that it wasn't something just off, within me.
Huh.
And,
first year, second year, third year?
It was the first. This is all during the first year, like towards the end. So spring ball was coming up, or we were in spring ball, and just didn't feel right. And I didn't feel like I was on like the right path. And, I was feeling very, I was partying a lot, and, it was just party football, hanging out with my friends.
Yeah.
I grew up very religious. My grandpa was a pastor, but I felt like super convicted.
Little unfulfilled.
Yeah. And
meant for something more.
like I wasn't doing the right thing, even though everything that I wanted was going correctly.
Yeah, man.
And
what a weird feeling too, by the way.
Weird.
Like when everything is going right and you still feel like you're not where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
But you kind of, you gotta be in tune with yourself to even know that.
1,000%.
Like you gotta be in focus enough and dialed enough to even realize that that's going on.
Yeah, for a while there I wasn't, and I was
Totally.
and I honestly I hadn't
Easy to do, right?
I hadn't
Like,
prayed for a long
yeah.
time, dude. I was kind of just
doing your own thing.
not the correct way.
Yeah.
Right.
And I remember I come home from practice one day because the feeling was just too much. And I come home from practice. I immediately put my stuff down in the living room. I walk into the bathroom. I close the door. I sit down and I just start bawling.
Wow.
I just start weeping. And I go, hey man, I know it's been a while, but I need help. I need a sign or something. I don't, everything's going correctly. It just doesn't feel right. And I need to talk to you. And, or I need a sign from you. And I remember driving myself up after like 5-10 minutes of just sitting there bawling, dude.
Damn.
Drive myself up, walk out, go to bed, wake up, went to class the next day, which I didn't do often,
They're like, hey, you're kicked out of school. You're like, thank you.
Went to class the next day, normal day, walked in the locker room, threw on my pads, walked out to the field, warmed up. Everything was going like it usually does. Very first play, I run a post over the middle, break my leg in 3 places.
Jeez.
Very first play. My first thought was, dang, this really hurts a lot. And my second thought was, that's my sign right there.
Wow.
I quit on the 47.
Was your third thought like, dang, bro, it could have been like, you could have sprained my ankle instead
I
of
know. Why don't I
breaking
get
it in 3
No,
places.
because I
just
wouldn't have
broke it.
listened.
That's
you
right.
know?
No,
I
I
wouldn't have
I
listened.
broke it in one place instead of 3.
Wouldn't have listened.
I probably
Hey,
still wouldn't have listened.
wouldn't have listened is a good. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a good way to say it. It's like
Yeah.
that got your attention enough to go, okay, man, I just
100%.
asked for this.
Okay, 3 places. I get it. I'm out. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. That's
So-
sometimes it takes that though. Sometimes it
It
takes
did.
more than just a
Yeah.
sprainer, to change the old brain
100%.
around.
Yeah, within 12 hours, I asked God for a sign,
He gave you one.
and he gave me one.
Gave you 3 of them actually
3 of them.
in 3
Yeah.
places.
Remind me to never ask God for a sign.
That's a dangerous game, too.
He knows I'm sarcastic.
Ain't no doubt. So had it been on your mind, like, did you feel like at that moment, like, do you feel like God was pointing you to Nashville,
No.
or did that come later?
No, I mean, and really leaving college and leaving football wasn't really on my mind either. I just needed a sign of what to do. And as soon as that happened, like, yes, this hurt a lot, but like this overwhelming feeling of
I don't have to play
it
football.
clicked. I know what I need to do now.
Yeah.
And I pretty much quit right there on the 46, 47 yard line.
Wow.
And, I didn't tell anybody, but
Yeah.
went home, got surgery, came back, packed all my stuff, talked to my coach. His name was Chuck Morrell at the time. I said, hey, I can't do this no more. He goes, you got a plan? I said, nope. Probably just get a job somewhere.
Yeah.
Go work at the mill back at home.
Yeah.
And he goes, make sure you got a plan before you make sure you want to do this. And I go, I don't really have one, but I know I can't be here. And he goes, I respect that. And then I walked out, shook his hand. He goes, good luck to you. And I walked out, never went back.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Wow. So then how'd you get here?
So I moved back home. I was still super lost, and I ended up getting surgery, and I waited a couple weeks to heal, and then I got a job, and then I was working for a little bit, and I still didn't feel right. I felt better, and I knew that I made the right decision.
Uh-huh.
But it's something in me, and I remember sitting my mom down, and I was like, hey, because me and my mom are tight.
Yeah.
We're super cool, and I talked to her pretty much about everything, and I sit her down. I go, Mom, I'm not doing good. She goes, I know, and I go, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. She goes, well, have you tried praying about it? I said, every day, and I still just don't feel right. And she goes, well, when's the last time you picked up your guitar or sat in front of your piano? She was like, that was your therapy years ago.
Come on, Mom.
Yeah.
Just about-
Dude,
Come on.
I'm not kidding
Music
about any of
heals,
this.
man.
Dude.
I'm not kidding about any of this. And so I was like, you know what, you're probably right. And then we talked for a little bit. And then she was working graveyard at the mill. So she had to go to work. So it was just me in the house that night. And I remember sitting down.
Your mom sounds awesome, by the way.
She's
She sounds awesome.
the shit.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
But I remember sitting down. I wrote my first song that night. Didn't know what I was doing. It was a terrible song, but I was hooked right there. And I just started writing a bunch, kind of getting back into music and perfecting my craft again. And then I remember sitting her down probably like 7 months later, 8 months later. I was like, I want to do this. And she goes, go do it.
Wow, what a cool mom!
Dang, dude.
You moved to Nashville. Did you start doing rounds, or how'd you get in?
No.
How'd you meet people?
Drinking at the bars.
Really?
Yeah. So I didn't know anybody, and I would go to the bars by myself.
You just knew Nashville was where you had to be.
Yeah, I didn't know. I had a feeling, you know, and I knew that music was here, and I knew I had this dream of, doing it.
Yeah,
and I knew this was like my best shot.
Where people are doing it.
People are doing it.
1,000%.
And I would go to the bars by myself, sit there, order a shot of Fireball and a Busch Light or whatever, and sit there and hang out and say, "Hey, I'm Tucker. Where you from?" Blah, blah, blah. You know. Luckily, I was very blessed to meet the people that I did when I did, like super early on, like my best friends. Some of them are my roommates, my neighbors right now, and we're all super tight still.
Good.
Yeah, that's cool.
We'll be forever best friends. And,
yeah.
I met them probably like a month or two in, which I'm super blessed.
Do you feel like right now in your career, do you feel that feeling that you didn't feel on the football field? Do you feel that now? Like, do you feel fulfilled? Do you feel like you're exactly where you need to be?
Oh, every day.
Really?
Every day. And,
Isn't that wild, man?
You won't feel like that 24/7
Sure.
With anything,
Right. Yeah, I agree.
But even if I'm, kind of having an off day where it's like, dang, I'm tired, or, some things aren't going right, I get up on stage and I'm like, this is it. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Even if I'm broke doing it, I'm going to do it,
Man, what a cool story.
Dang, that's great.
That's a great story, man. And props to your mom for just being,
right, dude.
Like supportive of it.
She's so dang cool. Mom, I love you.
Yeah, I love you too. I love your mom too.
I love your mom.
She seems awesome.
Tucker's mom.
But like, I need to call her for a pep talk about my life.
She'll do it.
But to have somebody that supportive, like, it's so, especially in this business or in this dream. I mean, you have to have somebody that champions, you. Not even just your songs, but more like just champions you. Because, dude, I mean, I think about it all the time with my kids. Like, I'm sitting there, like this last week, I was in a beach chair rocking my son to sleep at the beach, and I'm like, man, I wonder if he'll remember this. You know what I mean? But like, even if he doesn't remember it, he will know that I support him just by 100%. Doing that over and over and over and over, just like you do with your mom. Yep. She probably has supported you since you were born.
Oh yeah.
There was never like a time where she was like, maybe you should just stay home.
Never.
She's always like, go chase.
Dude, and my mom's the kind of woman that worked 3 jobs at a time just to.
You're just talking about her working graveyard, dog.
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
Like growing up.
To support you. Do you have some brothers and sisters?
I have 4 sisters.
Wow.
Yeah, man. She's doing all she can for y'all.
Dude,
5. Oh my God.
Growing up, she worked 3 jobs at a time. She was a corrections officer, bounty hunter. Dude, she's badass.
Tough chick too, sounds like.
Time out, bro.
I think she did.
Give me a story.
A story?
A bounty hunter story from your mom.
Yeah,
she tells this one all the time.
Yes.
So when she was.
Your mom is so cool, dude.
She's awesome,
cooler than you. Maybe we should have her on.
So she tells me the story, and
dude, she got that dog in her. It sounds
she
like.
does.
Sure.
I mean, now she's getting older, and she's in her.
Probably still in there though.
Yeah, I wouldn't piss her off.
No, me neither.
So she was pregnant with me, and she had. I'm not going to drop names, but she had this guy in custody, and they're going to the precinct to book him and stuff like that. And he started complaining about chest pains, and I'm probably botching this story, but I'm gonna try to tell it the best I can.
Okay.
See, he started complaining about chest pains in the back of the squad car, and she was like, "Well, all right." So she radioed in. Chest pains, I legally have to take him to the hospital, even if he's lying.
So is that
So
like
going-
that's like a scapegoat.
that's what is that like a
100%.
hack? Is that like a cop hack? Like you just go, oh, I got chest pains. That way they have to.
They
let you
have
go?
to, yeah.
Wow.
Because I mean, they don't want you to die on
Sure.
their-
Right.
Sure.
whatever. But so they go to the hospital. They're in there and they're like, hey, he's having chest pains, yada yada. And the hospital now knows what's going on. They're trying to just stall or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they do their thing in there. They start walking out and he starts like, being a little sketchy.
Yeah.
And she goes, so in the old squad cars, you have to reach around and unlock from the inside.
Got you. So you open the front door, reach around, unlock it.
Yeah.
So you can, okay.
Open the front door to unlock the back. And so
Gotcha.
she was doing that while he's in, cuffs. I'm pretty sure he had the chain cuffs on too. She was doing that, kind of keeping an eye. And as soon as she went like this, starts taking off running. And she's probably 6 months pregnant with me at this point.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And so she immediately goes, we got to run or whatever that code is.
Yeah.
Starts chasing after him. Meets up with him at 6 months pregnant. Whack! Down to the ground.
That's what I'm talking
Come
about.
on.
Yeah, dude, takes him out. Ends up getting help and then takes him back to the thing. But the funniest part about this, so it was when my mom and dad were together and they were both corrections officers.
Gotcha.
And they get to the jail and my dad walks past the cell. Apparently he got a beating put on him because he gave my mom a hard time. She was very respected within, the jail.
Dang. So jail.
Didn't mess around.
Yeah.
Wow.
They gave her a hard time knowing that she was pregnant, put the boots to him.
Dang.
My dad walks up to the cell and, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but you got cells all around. He goes, famous Amos. His name was Amos or something like that.
Yeah.
And he goes, famous Amos. Heard you got your ass beat by a woman last night. Everyone started laughing.
Oh, that's great, man.
Dang.
Shout out to mom.
He's crazy, man.
Shout out to mom.
That's awesome. That's a great story.
All right, thanks.
We
for
get a
telling
lot
that.
of
That was
dad
great.
stories, not much mom stories. I'm glad we got that one. That was a good one.
So what's it like? I mean, you just had your number one, your first number one wound up missing you. What?
Song was massive, by the way. Heard it everywhere.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Yeah.
I love those
Thanks,
guys,
guys.
Thomas Archer and all those cats.
Yeah.
I love those
dude, they're
cats,
great.
man.
They're the best.
Riding with him today, actually. And
Good
boys.
today.
I will. 321 is at radio,
Yes, sir.
making waves already. What's it been like? Has it surpassed your expectations so far? Do you feel like, you still got more to prove? Like you got your debut album dropping.
It feels
where
kind of
you at?
rocket shippy too.
A little bit, absolutely.
It like took off.
It's
I feel like
felt
it took
that
off
way.
pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously I've got stuff to prove, but more so to myself,
Yeah, man.
I got to wake up and do what I love every day. I got to create for a living, and that's the coolest thing in the world. But
Yeah.
in a lot of ways, I just got here. You know, you think about
Still feels new a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because I am new, and I'm green, and I got a lot to learn, and that's what I'm focusing on right now. Is just being a sponge in every room I can be.
Sure.
Whether it's business, whether it's touring, whether it's songwriting, whether it's whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I will never stop trying to learn. Because, but I think about a year ago today, I was in a janky room with two of my buddies, a guitar player and a drummer. It's just us three. 2 songs, Wine and a Whiskey and Wind Up Missing You.
Huh.
Rehearsing for the Cameron Marlowe tour.
Wow.
Dude, scrounging everything we could scrounge to make a 30-minute set.
Probably some what are we doing?
And that was
thoughts
a
in
year.
there.
That was a year ago today.
Yeah.
Wow.
Never toured, never played shows really. Just a handful of songs.
Yeah.
And a big old dream.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
for
dude.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, and we say this a lot here. It's like it looks like it came easy, but in reality, like you had to break your leg, you had to work at home, you had to come up under your
Bro,
mom,
move here not knowing
move,
anybody. And
sit
If
in
you're
bars.
broke,
yeah, man.
there's no
Gosh.
money to my name.
Yeah, that's a tough road, man. And it kind of turns you into who you are today.
I agree.
Dude,
Taking
pick
that
up that
tough
guitar.
road.
Let's just
Oh,
do
sh-
it.
what are we doing?
You
Okay.
ain't got to sing it, Tucker. I'll sing it. I just want to hear Wind Up Missing You right now.
Sing it.
Give it to me, dude.
I never hear anybody else sing it back.
All right, how about this? You sing it, and then let him sing it.
Okay.
I'll take verse, you take chorus.
Okay.
Okay.
I listened to the song so many times when it came out.
I know a man look like Another ball cap on a bar stool underneath the PBR line. Saying everything under the moon to get you into my arms tonight. You probably heard it all 1,000 times, but it ain't what it looks like. Let me tell you what it looks like.
You look like waves on a sunset, and you can crash on me all night. You look like wine in a truck, bet a little what I'm doing for the rest of my life. 'Cause you look like I'm done looking, but girl, the hard truth is if this night don't turn into two, you look like I'm gonna wind up missing.
Yeah, man.
Jam, dude.
That's a jam.
That's such a jam. I just want to hear it, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
That song for you is to...
Congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate
That's
it.
a long, hard road to get to that thing, man.
Yeah,
You sing that song to girls, I sing that song to turkeys.
That's right.
That's I'm going to wind up missing.
Is there a certain turkey you remember missing? Like really, that just gets you?
I
mean, you miss a lot of turkeys.
Bro, the one was... This is right when we started like the Brothers Hunt thing and we were doing our own podcast. Not this one at all. And
yeah, it's a little more pro.
And anything that happened like outside that somebody wanted to be involved with us at all was the biggest deal in the world.
yeah.
So one time NWTF was like,
shout out Pete Mueller.
Yeah, Pete was like, hey, we want to do a special on y'all, like national songwriters doing this like brother brand
Sick.
hunting thing, and we were like, what in the world, man? We're calling, like playing it cool, like, oh Pete, man, thanks, dude, that's an honor. We're calling each other like, dude, we made it, like they're gonna send
they're gonna
send a film crew down here, and we're gonna turkey hunt, we're gonna bust turkeys in the face. People are gonna see how awesome we are at hunting, all this stuff. So they send a guy down. It
is funny that we cared about that at the time.
So much.
We cared about people.
He sent a guy down and spent
owners.
like 2 or 3 days with us and trying to get on turkeys and had some great hunts.
It was also the worst weather of all time.
Yeah, it was bad, like rainy weather.
Super stormy.
He had like 1 day left, and we'd already done all the interviews, and we just did not think it was going to happen. Like killing turkey was going to happen, and we were kind of like, oh, you know what, man? It's okay. It's part of turkey hunting. It's kind of what happens is you don't get them in 20 yards out, like every time you hunt. So last day, he's like, boys, I got tomorrow. Then I got to bounce tomorrow afternoon. Last day, we go to a new spot. Our buddy's like, man, this bird's fired up. Come on, let's get on him. We go, camera guy goes with us. We driving around, see the turkey in a field. We park the truck, get in this, like go behind this turkey, like south of this turkey.
It was a 2-track.
Yeah, on this 2-track up to this power line and get in the woods. And we're like, man, he wants to be here. I know he wants to be here. He's alone. We start just being quiet, being soft, and being sneaky about it. And bird starts gobbling. He starts working through this timber. Perfect. They're like, Reed, sit up right here. The cameraman's right here. He's going to walk down this 2-track, bust him when he turns in this thing right to us. I was like, perfect. I just put a red dot on my gun, and I'd shot it a couple times, and because I had been missing turkeys. Like, it's just kind
of up missing turkeys.
yeah. And so this bird, sure enough, comes into this 2-track, just, and when they gobble away from you, it's awesome. But when they're tied on you, especially in the hardwoods, and they're gobbling at you, bro, it's a different feeling.
Yeah.
So
With a pro cameraman over
this
your shoulder.
turkey's looking at us, gobbling at us. We know he's right here. Sure enough, watching the film later, dude, he like pops his head up over this, and he's just walking down. It is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Perfect. Like what you see on the Outdoor Channel. Turns in, Dan's just soft yelping, getting gobbled on camera 15 yards. Turns. You see me pull up. I'm right here, camera shot, perfect over my shoulder. Dan goes, Reed, kill him. And I was like, all right, put it up. You see the wad and the shot of my shotgun fly right by this turkey's head. Just go, and the turkey
No way.
takes off. And like you look over at Dan, and Dan's laying on the ground looking up. He goes, there's no way you just missed that turkey. There's no way you just missed that turkey.
Oh my goodness, dude.
That's the one I think about.
That was a brutal miss.
Yeah, that was
tough.
That was yeah.
And weren't you
That
on
was
like
the
a
one.
missing spree right there for a year?
I'd missed a few turkeys.
Yeah. How'd
Yeah.
you clean that?
I think
How'd
I
you
just got excited.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I just got excited, and
you
I took the
stood
red dot off.
You
and-
did?
Yeah, and now I just shoot straight barrel
Blame it
sights.
on the red dot.
That's right.
Blame it on the
Absolutely.
red dot. I just put one on my gun.
But I don't miss turkeys anymore.
We'll see.
That's the thing of the past.
We'll see.
Wind up missing you.
We'll see if Tucker winds up missing one, maybe.
Yeah. Hey man, can we talk about the new record?
Yeah.
It's great. We got a little sneak.
Thank you,
I
brother.
listened to it on the way in.
Yep.
And you don't have to go into this if you don't want to, because I know you said earlier it's like conversation for a different time. But like it took some. It felt like naming the record what you did and that song that took some balls. It feels like it's like a very vulnerable thing for you to sing about, to talk about.
Yep.
You name your record after it. Why?
Okay, first off, what's the name of the song? You never even
Why not to?
What not to?
Okay.
Yeah.
Why not to? Yeah. Great song, dude. It's a great
Thank you,
song.
brother. At first,
Very real song.
I didn't want to at first, and I wanted to, I wanted that to just be a song on the record, kind of like a deep cut, if you know about it, you know about it kind of thing.
Yeah.
I didn't want to really bring a light to it because, it's talking about what it's talking about.
Sure.
And, I don't really talk about that stuff. But then I started thinking about it. I started thinking about the album as a whole. And it just made the most sense. The whole album's just about living and learning and, who I am as a person, and why I am the way I am. I feel like everything happened so fast last year that nobody really got to know me.
For sure.
Huh.
And,
Interesting way to
this
put
is
it.
my chance to, kind of let people in on who I am and why I am the way I am and where I come from and, my roots and my upbringing and all that stuff. And this song really, kind of put it as a whole, and it made the most sense, like living and learning, like learning what not to do by watching, others do the wrong things or yourself or whatever it is. And it just made the most sense to name it What Not To. And I'm happy that I did, but at first I was hesitant because I didn't want to make it seem like a focus of everything, because there's so many great tracks. And
Sure.
but yeah, I'm happy I did.
That's great.
Yep.
That's great. I mean, it's unbelievable, man. The whole record's awesome. Do you there was a quote that says, "I didn't want this album to be just songs. I want them to be songs with a purpose."
Mhm.
Like me, there's more to music than just streaming sales numbers on a page. Music makes me feel something. When I was going through things as a kid, I turned to music and it didn't let me down. I hope What Not To Do, or What Not To, does the same thing for everyone who listens. Do you think it's going to do that?
I said that?
I think so, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty smart.
That sounds good, man. Hell yeah, you said that.
Pat yourself on the back.
Yeah, I'll
dude.
take that.
If you didn't, you did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro, that's a very common. It feels like that's because I feel the same way, right? Like when I write songs, and not every time, but you get into those rooms and an idea comes up where it feels kind of special and bigger than just
life.
just songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a radio. It feels bigger than an opportunity to say something that makes somebody's going to feel something or help somebody or let somebody feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
Part of the reason we all, I think, moved to town is to write songs like that. And create projects like that. Do you feel, are you excited about the opportunity to put something out that's going to do that for somebody?
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's been my whole goal, and I've been looking forward to creating an album for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
I grew up a very album-based listener,
Yeah.
and I love, the way I kind of explain it is like songwriting within songwriting. All the way down to the track listing and being intentional with like this song goes here, this song goes here, and that. The way I kind of explain it is like, I feel like I created a puzzle and I cut out all the pieces and then I threw it all in a box and I shook it up and I said, here you go. And like everything goes together and
Wow.
it's the coolest thing in the
Man,
world.
that's cool.
And like music is subjective, but at the same time, if it makes somebody feel something, it's probably making another person feel the same thing.
Sure.
Completely agree.
And that's what music is about. And that's what I want to create is stuff that makes you feel something, because you think about like the beginning of time of music, it was all just feeling.
Yeah.
There wasn't no streaming. There wasn't no
That's
nothing.
right.
They did it because they loved to do it, and it made it.
Kind of what we were talking about earlier. No rules. They were
There's
just
no rules.
Yeah.
Totally.
They're just doing
playing what felt
feels
good.
good, and
Mm-hmm.
an escape or whatever you're using
Sure.
it for. And I think there's beauty in that. And obviously you're gonna need like the heavy hitters, and if you want a long lasting career. But I think the people that really love music and like the true fans of what you're doing, they're gonna relate more to the what not tos.
The body of work,
the Goodbye Whiskey,
yeah.
Whiskey Agains, you know, all these other songs on the record. But I'm proud of it, man. And dude, this is one of those things that I've done in my career that I'm gonna look back 10 years from now and I'm gonna be like, yeah, you were super green and you were super new, but I'm still proud of what I did.
Yeah,
for sure,
man.
you know.
Absolutely.
And I think that says something.
It definitely does. I mean, a body of work to me is more important to a career than a hit.
I agree.
You know, and if you're able to do that in your record, I think people will appreciate that, and it'll go a long way.
I hope so.
Well, I think you absolutely did it, and I think your fans are they're gonna love it, and I think people who aren't your fans are gonna love it, and you're gonna gain more. And it does feel like a rocket ship, man. You're crushing it. You're you're doing your thing.
Trying to.
Yeah, man. It's awesome. Appreciate you spending time with us
Dude,
today.
thanks for having me. I
Will you give us a
appreciate
graverite? Will you give us a graverite? Just a just a tune that kind of meant something to you.
Dude,
Yeah.
when I first started playing guitar and learning how to play and sing at the same time, one of the first songs was "Whiskey and You" by Chris Stapleton. That's one of my favorite songs of all time.
Make sure
Can you give us a little bit of it?
Yeah, right now?
Let me get you in there. Where you want it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right.
I don't know. I'll mess around with it.
Yeah, mess around with it. Oh, Stapleton.
Oh, Stapleton. I won't
Decent singer. He did
I
all
can't
right.
sing it like him. But
He did all right.
Yeah,
I
he
can
did all
try.
right.
Oh,
Here,
shit.
you good. I got you. Do what you need to do.
Let's see. Do y'all know it?
You know it? Do you know it? You need words? You got it.
I think I got it.
No, he's a pro, dude.
It's 9 a.m., by the way. Cut the guy some slack, all right?
There's a bottle on a dresser by your ring, and it's empty. So right now I don't feel a thing, and I'll be hurting when I wake up on the floor. But I'll be over it by now. That's the difference between whiskey and you. My throat is not awake right now.
Sounds awesome.
It's doing great.
Well, come tomorrow, and I could walk in any store, ain't a problem, 'cause they'll always sell me more. But your forgiveness, well, there's something I can't buy, or anything that I can do. That's the difference between whiskey and you. One's the devil, and one keeps driving me insane. At times I wonder,
Dude, just kill it.
Killer.
oh, if they ain't both the same, and one's a liar that helps to hide me from my pain, and one's a long gone bad truth. That's the difference between whiskey and you. Oh, that's the difference between whiskey and you.
Point proven. Point proven.
Thank you.
You're a great singer, dude.
Dude.
Great singer.
Smoked it.
My
Good for
throat
you,
needs
man.
awakening.
No,
Smoked
dude,
it,
the
man.
chorus was in, son. I mean,
Thanks,
you got
man.
it, man. You got it. Jeez. That was that's special right there, man.
I
Seriously.
love that song.
That's such a great song.
Dude, that's one of the first
Yeah, but you're a
songs I ever
singer,
made.
dude. I mean, the song's great and everything, but you're a real life singer, man. That's
man.
great, dude. That was really
I try.
strong.
once
That's
in a
strong.
while.
You got your rhyming debut coming up.
Yeah.
Set for 5/21, May 21st. You going out on the road this year? Who you
Oh, yeah.
with?
So I got a headline tour coming up next week, I guess. Yeah, next week.
Come on.
And we're heading west. We're hitting like Texas, California, Colorado, New
awesome.
Mexico, a bunch of Arizona.
Who you taking with you?
Jacob Hackworth, you know him?
Oh, yeah.
Songwriter?
Yeah.
One of my best friends in the
Cool.
world.
That's awesome.
And we're neighbors. He's one of those guys that I met really early on.
Gotcha.
You know, I knew him before Rockin' a Hard Place.
Yeah.
Because he's a writer on that.
Gotcha.
And we've just been good friends, good buddies. I was like, hey, you want to come on the road?
That's sick.
Because I knew he's been wanting to like get into the artist stuff and
Oh, nice.
drop some music. And he's got a freaking killer. You ever heard him sing?
I haven't.
Dude,
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
so good.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah, it's like butter.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. But he's been wanting to do that, so I was like, oh yeah, this is my chance to
Good opportunity to pay it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm super excited. And the Thomas Rhett tour.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
man.
It's gonna be nuts.
He's a good dude, man.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Good dude. Well, man, thanks so much for coming and hanging out with us.
Dude,
You're
thank
super
you,
cool.
man.
You're authentic. You have a great voice and
Great story.
Yeah, man. Great mom. And I think we'll see you go far, man. I think you'll be around for a long time.
I'm gonna try.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Unless I break my leg again or something.
Jeez. Don't ask for any
don't
signs.
ask God for no
Don't ask for any
Somebody
signs.
be like, go break a leg. I'm like, no, I'll do it.
I have.
Yeah.
3 places.
Just break it in one spot.
Tucker Wetmore. Y'all go see him. Y'all go spin his music this Friday. What Not To
Yes, sir.
drops. Great record. Great stuff. You're going to love it. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for hanging out and coming hanging out with us. Thanks for hanging out in God's country. We'll check y'all next time.
Appreciate you.
Peace.